Let me ask you something. How many skincare or wellness products do you own right now? 5, 10, maybe more? And how many of those came from flashy ads promising instant results? Now, here's the twist. Sometimes the most powerful remedies don't come in a shiny package or a luxury bottle. Sometimes they've been sitting quietly in nature's toolkit for thousands of years, waiting for us to rediscover them. That's exactly the story of Moringa oil. Most people in the West know Moringa as a powdered supplement, green, earthy, often added to smoothies. But few realize that the oil, pressed from its seeds, is one of the most underrated natural remedies in the world. Ancient civilizations prized it as medicine, modern science praises it for its nutrients, and the beauty industry is finally catching up. Today, we're diving deep into Moringa oil, from its sacred history to its science-backed benefits. And along the way, I'll share real stories of how this oil has transformed lives in subtle but powerful ways. Stick around until the end, because this isn't just about another skincare trend. It's about what this oil can teach us about healing itself. The roots of Moringa, history and tradition. To understand Moringa oil, we have to step back in time. The moringa tree, also called the miracle tree or the drumstick tree, grows in parts at Africa and South Asia. Every part of this tree, leaves, bark, seeds, flowers, has been used in traditional medicine. But the seeds hold something special, a rich, golden oil, often referred to as ben oil. Why ben oil? Because it's packed with behenic acid, a unique fatty acid that gives it stability and deeply nourishing qualities. Unlike many natural oils that spoil quickly, moringa oil resists rancidity. That's why ancient Egyptians used it not just for health, but even in preserving mummies. Yes, you heard that right, mummies. In India, moringa oil has been part of Ayurveda for over 4,000 years. It was used to soothe inflamed skin, treat wounds, and as a massage oil for joint pain. In ancient Rome and Greece, it was valued as a perfume base because it absorbed scents so well and lasted for months without turning bad. So when we talk about moringa oil today, we're not talking about a new discovery. We're talking about a tradition that stretches back thousands of years. The science behind moringa oil. Now, let's fast forward to today. What does science say about moringa oil? First, let's talk composition. Behenic acid, deeply moisturizing and protective for skin and hair. Vitamin A, supports skin cell regeneration. Vitamin C, antioxidant that fights free radicals. Vitamin E, anti-aging, helps skin retain elasticity. And polyphenols and flavonoids, reduce inflammation, support heart health. What makes moringa oil unique compared to oils like coconut or argan is its balance. It's lightweight but deeply nourishing, stable yet gentle, and versatile enough for both internal and external use. Some studies even suggest moringa seed oil may have antimicrobial properties, making it effective for acne-prone skin, while its antioxidants protect against oxidative stress, one of the main drivers of aging. Let me tell you about Sarah, a 42-year-old teacher from the UK. She had struggled with dry, flaky skin every winter. She'd tried every lotion and serum under the sun, from drugstore brands to luxury creams. Nothing worked for more than a few hours. One day, a friend gave her a small bottle of moringa oil. At first, Sarah laughed. Oil? Won't this just make my skin greasy? But after some hesitation, she started applying 2 drops every night before bed. Within 2 weeks, she noticed her skin stayed hydrated all day. Within a month, the flaky patches had disappeared. And 6 months later, her dermatologist told her skin barrier looked healthier than it had in years. Was it a miracle cure? No, but it was consistent, natural, and effective. Sarah still uses moringa oil today, not because it's trendy, but because it worked when nothing else did. More than skin deep.
But moringa oil isn't just about beauty. In traditional medicine, it was seen as a holistic remedy, something that healed inside and out. Modern studies show it supports digestion, liver health, and cardiovascular function when consumed in small, food-grade amounts. Think about that. One oil that nourishes your skin, your hair, and your internal systems. That's why in many cultures, moringa trees were planted in villages not just as food, but as guardians of health. Why this matters today? Now, you might be wondering, okay, that sounds impressive, but why does this matter in today's world? Because we live in a culture of overwhelm. Shelves are packed with products claiming to do everything: anti-aging serums, moisturizers, toners, supplements, detox teas. It's a billion-dollar niche that thrives on our insecurities. And yet, moringa oil reminds us of something simple. Healing doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes less is really more. Sometimes all you need is one trusted, time-tested oil that works quietly and consistently. In Part 2, we'll dive into the specific benefits of moringa oil, how it supports the skin, hair, and internal health. We'll break down exactly why this oil has earned the title of miracle across so many cultures, and I'll share more stories of people who've experienced its effects firsthand. Stick with me, because the real magic is still to come.
So now that we've explored the roots of moringa oil, from ancient traditions to modern science, let's dig deeper into what it actually does for your body. This is where things get really exciting, because moringa oil isn't just another moisturizer or cooking oil. It's a multi-dimensional healer. Let's break down its specific benefits for skin, hair, and internal health, with real-life stories to show just how powerful this oil can be. 1. Moringa oil for skin. Nature's anti-aging secret. When most people hear about moringa oil today, it's usually in the skincare world. And honestly, for good reason. The skin is our largest organ, and it's the first to show signs of stress, aging, or poor lifestyle. Wrinkles, dryness, acne, dark spots, they're all signals. Moringa oil tackles these in 3 ways. 1. Moisturizing deeply with behenic acid, which creates a protective barrier without clogging pores. 2. Fighting free radicals with antioxidants like vitamin C and E. 3. Reducing inflammation thanks to its natural plant compounds. What makes moringa oil unique is how lightweight it feels. Unlike coconut oil, which can sit heavy on the skin, moringa absorbs quickly. Story example. Angela, a 55-year-old nurse, had been dealing with fine lines and uneven skin tone. She tried moringa oil nightly, mixing a couple of drops with her regular moisturizer. After 3 months, she noticed her laugh lines were softer and her skin tone more even. She told me, "I didn't look 10 years younger, but I finally looked rested again." That's the thing. Moringa doesn't promise miracles overnight. It builds resilience day by day. 2. Moringa oil for hair, reviving strength and shine. Next, let's talk hair. Dry scalp, dandruff, hair that breaks easily, these aren't just cosmetic annoyances. They often signal deeper issues like inflammation or nutrient deficiency. Moringa oil has been used in traditional cultures as a scalp massage oil, believed to nourish follicles and improve circulation. Modern science suggests its fatty acids and antioxidants protect hair shafts and reduce breakage. How to use? Massage 3 to 4 drops into the scalp at night, leave overnight and wash in the morning. Or add a few drops into your shampoo for daily nourishment. Story example. Raj, a 38-year-old IT worker in Bangalore, suffered from dandruff for years. He started using moringa oil twice a week, massaging it into his scalp. Within 6 weeks, the flaking had nearly disappeared, and his hair felt thicker. He laughed, saying,
My coworkers noticed before I did. They asked if I'd changed shampoos. This isn't just vanity. Healthy hair boosts confidence, especially for men and women facing thinning as they age. 3. Moringa oil for internal health. Quiet but powerful. Here's something most people don't realize. Food-grade moringa oil is edible. In many parts of India and Africa, it's used as cooking oil. Why? Because it's stable at high heat and loaded with nutrients. Health benefits include supporting liver health by reducing oxidative stress, promoting heart health with monounsaturated fats, improving digestion thanks to its gentle anti-inflammatory action, and providing antioxidants that fight chronic inflammation, a root cause of many diseases. Important note: only consume cold-pressed, food-grade moringa oil. Cosmetic-grade oils are not safe for eating. Story example. Miriam, a 60-year-old woman in Kenya, grew up with moringa oil as part of her diet. She told me, "We didn't call it superfood or anything. It was just part of life. But looking back, I realize how it kept our skin clear and our energy high, even with very simple meals." That's the beauty of moringa. In some cultures, it's not exotic, it's just life. 4. Traditional medicine, beyond beauty. Ayurveda prescribes moringa oil for everything from joint pain to wound healing. Its anti-inflammatory properties make it ideal for massage, especially in cases of arthritis or muscle soreness. Even today, some rural Indian communities use moringa oil as a first aid salve for cuts or insect bites. It's not flashy, but it works. Personal reflection. I remember meeting an older farmer in Tamil Nadu who told me when the oil touched the skin, the body remembered how to heal. That phrase stuck with me. Sometimes natural remedies aren't about adding something new, it's about reminding the body of its own wisdom. Why moringa oil stands out? You might be thinking, okay, but there are so many oils out there. Argan, jojo, coconut. What makes moringa special? Here's the difference. Argan is great, but expensive. Coconut is nourishing, but heavy. Jojoba is balancing, but limited in nutrients. Moringa combines the best of all three: lightweight, nutrient-rich, stable, and versatile. It's like the quiet all-rounder in nature's niche market of oils. Practical ways to use moringa oil daily. For skin, apply 2 to 3 drops directly after cleansing or mix into your moisturizer. For hair, massage into scalp once or twice a week or add to shampoo. For massage, warm slightly and use for joints or sore muscles. For food, drizzle food-grade oil over salads or use in light sautéing. The key is consistency. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about choosing 1 or 2 rituals and sticking with them. Bigger picture, healing as ritual. Here's something I've noticed. When people start using natural remedies like moringa oil, they often discover more than just physical benefits. They slow down. They reconnect with their body. Skincare becomes self-care. Cooking becomes mindfulness. A simple scalp massage becomes a ritual of relaxation. That's the hidden power of moringa oil. It teaches us that healing isn't only about fixing problems. It's about building rituals that keep us balanced, present, and nourished. In part 3, we'll zoom out even more. We'll talk about safety tips, how to choose the right moringa oil, and most importantly, the deeper lesson this miracle tree teaches us about healing in the modern world. Because at the end of the day, moringa oil isn't just about skin or hair. It's about how we approach life itself.
So far, we've uncovered how moringa oil works wonders for the skin, hair, and even internal health. We've seen stories of people who went from skeptical to believers. and we've explored its long history in ancient cultures. But before you rush to buy a bottle, let's pause. Because like any natural remedy, there are things you need to know. Safety tips, how to choose the right oil, and the deeper lesson behind this so-called miracle oil. 1. Choosing the right Moringa oil. Not all oils are created equal, and unfortunately, the wellness niche is full of cheap knockoffs. Here's what to look for. Cold-pressed, extra virgin. This means the oil is extracted without heat, preserving nutrients. Food grade if you plan to consume it. Many cosmetic oils are not safe to eat. Glass bottles over plastic, better preservation, and less risk of contamination. Slight nutty scent. Pure Moringa oil has a mild, earthy, nutty aroma. If it smells rancid, it's likely spoiled. Think of it like buying olive oil. You want quality, not just a label. 2. How to use it safely. While Moringa oil is generally considered safe, a few guidelines make all the difference. Patch test before using on skin, especially if you have sensitive skin or eczema. Moderation. More is not better. For skin, 2 to 3 drops are enough. For hair, a few drops massaged into the scalp work wonders. Internal use, only consume it if it's labeled as food grade. Start with small amounts, like half a teaspoon, and monitor your body's response. Storage. Keep in a cool, dark place. Heat and sunlight can degrade its nutrients. These small steps protect you from disappointment and ensure you actually experience the oil's benefits. 3. Moringa in traditional healing. Now let's return to its roots for a moment. In Ayurveda, Moringa oil wasn't just skincare. It was considered balancing for the doshas, particularly Vata and Kapha. In practice, that meant it was used for dryness, sluggish digestion, and joint stiffness. In some African traditions, Moringa oil was massaged into the skin of newborn babies as a protective blessing. It wasn't just medicine, it was ritual. I remember hearing from an Ayurvedic practitioner in Kerala who said, when you apply Moringa oil, you're not just treating the body, you're reminding the body of its natural balance. That perspective is powerful because it reframes healing not as a battle, but as a conversation between you and your body. 4. Modern applications. Today, Moringa oil is making its way into luxury skincare products, shampoos, and even dietary supplements. You'll see it in fancy bottles at high-end stores, marketed as exotic or rare. But let's be real. You don't need a luxury label to experience its benefits. A small bottle of pure, cold-pressed Moringa oil is enough. You can create your own nightly routine at home. That's the beauty of natural remedies. They democratize healing. They're not exclusive. They belong to everyone. 5. A personal reflection. Let me share something personal. When I first heard about Moringa oil, I was skeptical. It sounded like another fad, the next coconut oil or argan oil. But the more I researched, the more I realized this wasn't hype. This was history meeting science. I started using it myself. Just a few drops on my face at night. Within weeks, my skin felt calmer, less reactive. And I noticed something else. The act of applying it became a ritual. Slowing down, massaging it in, breathing deeply. It wasn't just skincare, it was self-care. And that, I think, is what so many of us are missing today. So what does Moringa oil really teach us? It teaches us that healing doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need 10 different serums, 3 supplements, and a new miracle product every month. Sometimes, one simple, time-tested oil can be enough. It teaches us that nature is generous. One tree, planted in dry soil, can produce food, medicine, and nourishment for entire communities. If a tree can do that, imagine what we can do when we live in harmony with nature. And it teaches us that healing isn't just physical. It's emotional. It's ritual. It's the way we show up for ourselves daily with patience and care. Let me close with a story from Maria, a 70-year-old grandmother in the Philippines.
She told me that when she was young, her mother would massage moringa oil into her scalp every Sunday evening. At the time, she thought it was just a chore, but years later, as she raised her own grandchildren, she began doing the same. She said it wasn't about the oil, really. It was about slowing down, connecting, and caring. The oil just gave us a reason. That's what moringa oil really is. Not just a product, but a bridge between generations, between tradition and science, between the body and the soul. So here's the lesson. Moringa oil is more than skincare. It's nutrition, it's tradition, it's self-care. Choosing quality and consistency matters more than hype. And healing, at its core, is about creating rituals that reconnect us with our own wisdom. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever tried moringa oil for your skin, your hair, or even in your diet? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might be the reminder someone else needs. And if this video resonated with you, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and explore my other videos on natural oils and ancient remedies that still hold power today. Because sometimes the answers we're searching for aren't new at all. They're old, sacred, and waiting for us to rediscover them.